My three most important measures of great literature have come from books that I've read over these past 2 years in AP Language and Composition and AP Literature and Composition. And my first important measure is that this work needs to speak to a wide variety of people and not just be aimed at a certain audience. And I feel like Waiting for Godot really exemplifies this because Samuel Beckett claims that people take from this play what they want. And I feel like great works of literature should have many potential meanings that a reader can get out of it. And my second great measure is that the work needs to be engaging and it needs to make the reader feel directly involved in the book to make it a more exciting read. And I feel like Catcher in the Rye is a really good example of this because Holden Caulfield is such a relatable character and I can see myself in the position that he's in the story, and it really makes the book more exciting to read because I feel directly involved. And I think that's a great quality that a book should have. And my third important measure is that the book needs to be rereadable. And I think this is probably the most important because I would like to have new ideas and details that I can draw from a book every time that I read it. And those books that provide new insight every time you read it makes a book truly special. And I feel like Dorian Gray is a good example of this because it's such an interesting plot and the characters are really cool, and the symbolism, there's multiple ways that the symbols in the book can be interpreted, and I feel like that's a really cool thing to go back and explore every time you read a book. And a book that's really impacted me this year has been Brave New World because it has the three most important measures in great literature, and it also has a really powerful message. It really captivates the audience, and it's not specific to who it's aimed at. And it also made me think for myself about how I might partake in corruption of society via maybe like social media or being obsessed with appearances. And I would definitely reread this book. I was recommended to read this by a friend, and I originally was really reluctant to read it, but it turned out to be one of my favorite books, which I think is really interesting, and I would definitely recommend it to everybody else because you might find something in it that really speaks to you like I have. And a memorable quote from this book is when John realizes how civilized society has taken a toll on him. He says, "I ate civilization, it poisoned me, I was defiled, and then I ate my own wickedness." I think this is the most powerful moment in the book because it really ties back to the theme. And that was probably the most satisfying page I've ever read in a book. It was just so powerful, and it really shocked me. I was like, wow, this is really cool. This is a really cool message. And I would definitely recommend that more people read this book.